Normally, we were planning on doing, for the Christmas episode, the Brandon Routh classic, The 9 Lives of Christmas, as aired on the Hallmark Channel. But somebody named the Gorehound wasn't feeling it, so we couldn't do that episode tonight. Yeah, I'm throwing him under the bus. You're giving me a look, Kiwi.
He's not even going to watch or listen to the podcast, so he won't even know that you're throwing him underneath the bus.
Yeah, it's okay. Makes it even better.
You're listening to Chicagoland's finest podcast, featuring the Gorehound.
Well, because I'm bringing us in.
Jen.
I mean, it's horrifying because,
Cousin Charles. And Nick.
I know. I thought I was going to screw it up again.
It's time for the all-new Culture Cast, starting now.
I'm Nick.
I'm Kiwi.
And this is the all-new Culture Cast. Back again for our very special Christmas episode, in which we don't talk about a Christmas episode at all, but instead talk about the first half of the 5th season of Empire. So anyway, we want to do an episode. Kiwi, I think you were the one who suggested doing an episode on Empire, because we have been...
No, you did.
I thought it was you.
No, it was totally
you. You agreed to it pretty quickly. Because you and I have been dedicated watchers of the show pretty much from the beginning.
You started watching it before I did, and I was like, what's the big deal about the show? And then I caught on the first season. I'm like, okay, I get it.
It's so trashy, but it's so much fun. And now it's in its 5th season, believe it or not. I wonder how long they'll ride this train, because it was really popular the first couple of years, and it's kind of dwindled a little bit, like any show would, but we'll see how...
Yeah, they've definitely had to mix it up.
And this year definitely changes a lot of things, so we're going to talk about that, and we'll get into it. Do you want to do any of the reoccurring segments? Do you have a man crush of the week?
I'm sure I can.
Is it Aaron Rodgers?
No, he was bad. Screw it. No, I don't have. But I do have a crush.
Oh, who's woman crush? That's appropriate for today's episode.
She is badass.
She really is good. She elevates anything that she's in.
I'll watch anything that she's in.
She was great in Hidden Figures. That was a good one. And she has that upcoming remake of What Women Want called What Men Want, where she plays the Mel Gibson role.
I would love to see that.
It looks like it has a pretty good cast when I saw the previews, so that should be good. That should be fun.
Although I don't think we've since
Nope, we have not. So we'll wait till it comes out on Redbox, and let's face it, a movie like that is going to be in the Redbox by like March.
Oh good, we'll rent it for my birthday.
There you go. Perfect. So, we've not been watching anything, I don't think, just our shows.
No, on the train I've been watching The Great Baking. Oh, I rewatched.
Yeah, have you yet to Untouchable?
I thought they took that one off.
Oh, did they take it off? I can't remember. You missed your opportunity.
I guess.
You'll never know how Kevin Costner defeats the mob.
Redbox.
I don't know if it's on Redbox. Oh, hey, Family Video I bet has it. We can get it for like a nickel.
There you go.
So, alright, so there's that. So, let's, I guess, jump into our topic, Empire Season 5. Where were we at the beginning of Season 5?
Season 5 kicks off with there's a death of somebody, and it's implied that it's a family member.
Oh, yes, the future scene.
The future scenes. Because it takes, like, I don't know if it's, like, 6 months later or something,
yeah.
or previous, like, 6 months.
Yeah, you see, like, presumably in May when the season finale is going to hit, someone dies. We don't know who. There's been a lot of clues as the season's gone on.
And they imply that it's a family member.
Right. Someone close to the Lions.
But not Lucius, because he's the one that they keep showing, like, looking at the casket.
And there's another character that we see.
Thirsty.
I thought there's Thirsty, but I thought there was another family member. I thought it was, did we see Cookie or not?
Mm-mm. It's only been, I think, Thirsty and Lucius.
So, we don't know who it is. The way the mid-season finale hit implies that Andre might get in all this, because he's...
You just jumped from the first episode to the last episode.
Well, we're going to be all over this place. I can just predict it. So, that's the big mystery of, like, where is this leading? Where is this going to go?
Here's my thought. Okay, so as Nick was saying, Andre was, I think, well, do we know why he's in the hospital? Was it a heart attack?
We don't know. It's just he's in the hospital, something bad.
Obviously, he's like in very critical condition. And so, to me, I don't think Andre's the one who died. because why would they show that?
I think it is a bait and switch.
Yeah,
not to say he couldn't die.
Right.
And there's another flash forward scene where Lucius was in his kitchen washing like his hands because his hands were bloody, and Cookie walked in on him.
Right.
Now we don't know how all this is connected. Maybe the writers don't know how all this is connected, and they'll just wing it. But there's going to be some big stuff that happens at the latter half of the.
Let's go back to the beginning when Forrest Whitaker died.
Yes. You want to talk about the end of season 4? Because it really resets the whole show.
Yeah, go ahead.
So at the end of season 4, Lucius and Cookie lost Empire. And through that, Forrest Whitaker's character, who is Eddie Barker, who is kind of an opportunistic, jerk face, he wrestled away the company from them. 2 years passed. Lucius and Cookie's fortunes are pretty much down to the ground. They got nothing left because they've been trying to use their fortunes to get Empire back. The middle son, I can't think of his name. Jamal. Jamal's been living in London. He met a new guy. Kai's his name. They fall in love. One of Jamal's probably most healthiest relationships, which means Kai's probably going to die in the future. Let's just face it, that Jamal's not allowed happiness on the show ever.
I think, didn't the relationship end, or it's on rocky?
It's rocky right now. It's rocky. Hakeem is recovering from a gunshot that took out part of his lung, and Andre was in jail because he indirectly killed Anika. Which is interesting because in real life those two are married, so I'm sure they had fun playing off one another throughout the show.
I was happy to see Caitlin come back and reprise her role in the last episode.
Yes.
Because I really was sad when they killed her off, because I liked her and Andre together.
Right.
But,
Caitlin was definitely what they call the boss bitch.
Yeah. I mean, like, you feel bad because they lost the baby, and then she dies, and it's like, oh, like, what a way to...
And Anika's responsible for both.
That's true, and that's why Caitlin came back.
Yeah, because Andre, like, poisoned her drink or something that caused her to hallucinate and everything.
She fell off the edge of the railing and
died herself into a different show. So Andre's in jail for, I don't know what the charge is, involuntary manslaughter, something like that. He's about ready to get out of jail, and now he's all street tough now because of that.
He has also a side plot with Quincy, who the kid in jail.
Oh, yeah. He wants to help out this kid in jail. What's that about?
We don't really fully know yet, and I don't even know if Quincy actually did the crime, like robbing a store.
Something seemingly minuscule, and yeah. And he was in jail for years. He was like an 18-year-old kid. He's smart. He was supposed to go off to like college and be an engineer, or, I don't know, something important. And Andre, I don't know, I guess felt bad for him, or maybe saw himself in him. And Andre also gets a little nookie with the kid's mother, which Andre feels conflicted about. I'm curious to see where that's going to go. Nowhere good, because everything bad happens. They're just like a wave of destruction. So that kind of sums up where our people are at the beginning of the series.
Forrest Whitaker dies with the hands. Well,
he was drunk because why were they mad? Why were they mad at him? I can't remember what caused him to die. I mean, I remember how he died.
They were fighting and he tripped, and like he
banged his head on like the thing.
And so his ex-wife, waited to call for help until like he was basically.
Did she? I thought she like finished the job.
I thought she just stood there waiting for the blood.
Maybe. I love how cruel she is, because after the funeral, she takes his ashes and just dumps them down the sewer.
Yeah, although kind of like start to get on her side a little bit more towards the.
Yeah, because
she's more like on the side of the line. You can see that she has somewhat of a heart because Lucius starts beating up his, unbeknownst to him, his son.
Yeah. Oh. We'll get into that. That's a whole nother thing. Yeah, and she and Precious, but Becky, yeah. She and Becky form like a tight bond.
Yes, they do.
And everyone likes Becky. She's probably like the nicest character. So I don't know. She kind of goes back and forth. Whatever's going to get her the better situation.
No, but she didn't throw the line. Are you talking about Becky or
I'm talking about the wife. Giselle.
That's it, Giselle.
Giselle. Yeah, we have, there are so many characters on this show that it's tough to keep track of all of them. So we have like the cast list up in front of us here just to make sure we're getting everyone's name right. And so what do Cookie and Lucius try to do this season? What's their new venture?
They're new. They're starting a management company since they just had the funds just to create a record. So they're trying to seek out new talent by, I think they're going like on Instagram or something.
A lot of social media stuff
Social
that Cookie was
media.
doing.
And Empire is also trying to find these artists, and they come across a couple artists at the same, and one did directly sign with Empire after they were going to go to Lucius and Cookie, but
That was the prison. Right?
yeah, the prisoner.
Yeah, because Cookie saw her singing in the car, and she's like, "That's." And then they got another guy who, Cookie wanted him to sign with Empire because Empire could provide better money than.
Right. First she was trying to get him signed with her, and then when she found out like he had no money, she was like, "Well."
He's taking care of his like handicapped sister.
Yes, and she's like, "Well, you should go to Empire," and he's like, "No, this is where I belong." He did sign me.
Although he's starting to try to be a little bit of a punk. Like, well, maybe not punk's the right term. I don't want to say entitled. I don't know. He's kind of like, why do I have to?
I thought that was more Carly.
Carlito's really bad at that. But like, I thought this guy did it a little bit. But there's a lot of things that go on. You have to like watch it 3 times just to catch up with.
So when Forrest Whitaker died, his ex-wife Giselle, thought she was going to become CEO, but instead they named
Jeff Kingsley.
That's it, Jeff Key,
Internet whiz boy Jeff King to be the new CEO.
who's got no music background.
Well, in a way, we'll get to that. He has no music. He's all about like data and analytics, and he was saying like he was telling I think Tiana critiquing one of her songs, even though I guess the song was solid gold. From someone who knows music, he was saying like, no, you need to use all these buzzwords because more people download and listen and stream songs that do this. So change your music around, which is a terrible way to make art. Say what you will about people who don't like rap or R&B and all that, but if you, at least that's like something that those people are creating that they want to. If you just have to do something that checks off all the boxes, that's just, I don't know, selling out. But anyways, a lot of people don't like him because of that in Empire. And that's one of the reasons why you were saying how Giselle kind of sides with the Lions. She's not liking how What's-His-Face is running.
Right, she
Empire.
actually wants Empire to succeed and make money, and she realizes that his lack of knowledge hurting because they had the 3 Black Divas.
Oh yeah, who are like an old school band.
But they try to make a comeback, and they had a really good hit, and he was excited about releasing it, and he was like...
They're just draining our... That's the cat.
The cat is
and the dog is... If that gets picked up by the audio, then...
Yeah. Indiana.
So there's...
They're trying to shelf the 3 Black Divas.
Yeah. Do you think the 3 Black Divas was inspired by...
In Vogue?
Oh, I was going to go with TLC.
No, they definitely had In Vogue.
But, yeah... Because they were in last season because Cookie found them at, like, a mall and to, like, sign them back on. So, yeah. They want to get rid of them because, like, why should we carry these 3 old people who aren't going to do anything? Yeah, or the profit will be minimal.
Right.
So Jeff Kingsley definitely has an axe to grind about the way he's running Empire, and he hates Lucius.
And decided to shelf all Lucius music.
Yeah, put it in the vault.
Like you couldn't buy it anymore, right?
Lucius wouldn't get royalty. And even Lucius is like, even Empire's board were like, that's stupid, because that's our biggest seller, regardless if he's not with the company. Which
he was, Jeff Kingsley would be like, well, that's how you create value, is taking it away. But as someone else pointed out, you have to let them know you're taking it away so people hurry up and buy it. And when he pointed it out, they fired him. Yeah, because like the guy was like, because the guy made the point of like Disney. Like Disney drives up sales when they put their movies in the vault for 7 years. Which, does Disney still do that? I don't know if they do. Someone write to us. Yeah. And then the guy's like, oh, you like Disney? It's like, yeah, I'm taking my kids there next month. Well, it's going to be tough to pay for it since you're fired. It was like total overreaction. Kingsley knew he was right, and Kingsley was right. Right. You could have been a board member, just a staffer. Yeah, an executive. Yeah, he was definitely being a jerk about it. So he just didn't want Lucius to have money because that was their only source of income, were the royalty from Lucius' music.
What's the deal with Kingsley? Why does he hate Lucius so much, Kiwi?
Are we saying it right now?
We can.
We find out about in the second to last episode that Kingsley has it out for Lucius because Lucius is his father. And he has it out for him more because Lucius used to sell drugs and his mom bought drugs from Lucius. And they had a little fling on the side. He got her pregnant, and she got, like, 5 years later, she tries to come back to tell Lucius that he kid, but at that point, Lucius is already with Cookie, and he has 2 sons.
Yeah.
Because they were playing outside.
Yeah.
And then you hear Cookie in the background, Lucius. So she kind of just walked away at that point.
Well, he gave her money. He said, "Don't bother me here.
Oh, because
if you
he
still
thought
want,
she was trying to buy drugs.
yeah, if you want, go to. I think he said go to Bunky. He still deals. He's up the street, and she did buy the drugs and got hooked again.
Because you see Kingsley, his mom, several times throughout the season, and she's been, like, in the hospital. I thought she was actually in a coma.
Yeah, I don't. That's very weird. They kept it vague. I wonder if they didn't even.
Because, like, she was never speaking. Like, she always looked like she was sleeping. I just figured, okay, coma. But then, like, when Lucius was there, like, she woke up. And
Yeah. Which Lucius did not know about this kid. He was never explained to him and all of that. It's interesting that Kingsley waited until now to, like, after being alive for so long, but maybe he had to wait till this.
yeah, because he's older than Andre.
Which I did not know that. Like
By
the
looking
actor,
at them?
yeah, the actor who plays him, AJ Kelsey, he looks younger. He also looks very white, but I could be wrong on. Like I didn't realize he was supposed to be
Mixed?
biracial. Yeah,
You know, it's hard to tell, though, because not everyone looks one way. So.
you might know this. This is off topic, but on topic. So I watched Black Lightning, and the other night on the show. There was a interracial couple who gave birth to twins. One baby was black and the other baby was white.
Oh, yeah, that actually happens.
Can that's a thing?
There is a twin throw over. One is definitely white.
Because I've heard of that, but I thought it was more like myth. But
It's
it was
like extremely rare. Like I think I've heard like 2 cases like happen.
It was just interesting. I mean, it fit the tone of what that episode was going for, but I didn't know if it was like how rare or was it
Very rare. But
the more you know. So yeah, so Kingsley definitely has it out for Lucius, and I don't know what Kingsley's end goal is other than making Lucius's life hard, because Kingsley had nothing to do with the takeover of Empire. He just kind of fell into it. Lucius has no interest for most of the season of getting Empire back. Like they realize it's a lost cause, so they start their own little company.
Kingsley was have just come back.
But it was like for like a
More like for appearances or something. And Lucius was agreed to it. Then like at the last second when giving a speech, he's like, nah, we're gonna go do our own thing. Bye.
Yeah. So he embarrassed King, which is probably why he got. Although Kingsley screwed up. Like if you remember, there was one episode he had like, I don't know, a knife or a ninja star in his hand, and he was like holding it. It was cutting into him. So he definitely has some anger issues. I'm curious to see where this story is going to go. Of course, I'm sure now the whole Lyon family's mad at Lucius for this, even though Lucius was actually trying to do the right thing by telling Cookie once he found out. But Cookie's like, I don't got time, we gotta talk about this.
This is true. He was trying to tell, and she's like, later. And then when they're on stage, Kingsley walks in during her speech, is like, I'm your son. So everyone's like, so yeah, you can't hold it against Lucius if he didn't know.
Right. I mean, he should have listened to what What's-Her-Face was going to say, or maybe she should have come back and explain it. But, yeah, he didn't know. It's tough to be mad at him for not knowing, though it is kind of lousy, the circle that happened regarding... Let's talk about Akeem and how much of a punk he is. So,
Akeem got shot his lung. He lost the ability to rap. And he wrote, a rap song about his experience to Blake.
Let's back up a little bit in case people who are listening don't know who these people are. That is true.
Season 5.
Blake is Hakeem's white friend, who's also a rapper. And the reason I say white friend, it's kind of important because Blake's father was a huge racist who wanted to shoot shoot his son, and Hakeem got in the way. And the two of them got really close and became good buddies. And then this season, Hakeem wrote the song and continue on.
Just that Blake was singing the song, and Tiana heard him rapping, And she was like, "Oh, I'm so happy to express, your thoughts and feelings." And she's like, "I just kind of like let down," which, Blake should come
Should've
out
said
right away.
something, yeah.
Akeem actually wrote the song, but, then they duet together with the song, and it's like, oh.
Yeah,
And they kind of start falling for each other.
Yeah, they're very vague on what that sort of not really kind of romance is.
I mean, like, they show him, like, her looking at her.
Because Hakeem, let's back up to the song for a second. Blake just wanted to be private. He didn't want to go out. They just made the recording just for fun for themselves. Tiana then released it.
Yes.
Which pissed off Hakeem, and it started doing diss tracks back and forth.
But for Akeem to be able to do that, Jamal came in and was like, "Hey, you just have to change the way you," which I was like,
Yeah, it's a hand-waved explanation.
Yeah, and now suddenly Akeem can rap again because he's taking breaths and
the way he raps is different.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, because Jamal had to figure out how to sing it. He got hurt. Okay.
It's just kind of like, just let it be. But during all this, and this is why I hate Akeem, is that Akeem has 2 kids at this point. One with Anika, who's no longer in the picture, and another with Tiana. In fact, he was supposed to have twins with Tiana.
Which we found out in this season that it was supposed to be twins. It was like a boy and a...
Yes, the girl died. Princess. Because they're going to name him Prince and Princess.
Oh, they're terrible names.
Yeah, they're awful. When they first named the kid Prince, I was like, oh, okay, they're naming him after Prince. And then I learned that when they revealed that the girls was going to be Princess, I'm like, anyway, during this, Hakeem, obviously he's withdrawn because of his injury, but he's like the world's worst father. He abandons his, well, not married, but abandons his girlfriend, leaves her to care for the 2 kids, one of which is not technically hers, although she views it as.
Well, she did raise Bella, basically, because Anika was in prison for a while.
Right, yeah. I mean, that's what I mean. Like, she views him, she is the mother to that kid. Like, he goes away, disappears for, like, God knows how long, and then just wanders in saying, I'm the daddy again. How dare you take my kids away from me? It's like, you're a terrible father. You're never around. You never do anything with the kids.
I'm surprised Cookie and Lucius weren't more like, you need to be a father too. It seems like Cookie's too wrapped up trying to get her company going again. She's oblivious to the fact that Ike has basically abandoned his family. I mean, he moved back in with them.
Yeah, that is true. It's also vague. Like, is Hakeem living with... Like, sometimes he's there living. Sometimes he's at some rando place living.
I thought it was implied that he...
That's what I thought too, but then you see him in all these different places, so I'm not sure. But yes, I'm surprised, especially Cookie being like, boy, I'm going to slap you, like how she normally does with her colorful phrases. But yeah, but I guess they're just so focused on this other thing. And then Bella finds a gun and points at the whole family.
And herself.
Yeah. Man, that was a great cliffhanger.
Yeah, because they cut it off, I think, with her pointing it at herself.
Look what I found, Daddy.
I was like, oh my God, a child.
The show knows how to push it and knows when to, like, pull back. So
the child was safe. Akeem got the gun away and got hurt.
But it was the end of, like, one episode where everyone's fighting, and then they're like, Daddy, look what I found! Because Hakeem's walking around with a gun because he needs to feel tough after him being shot.
Yes.
But it seems like Blake and Hakeem do settle their beef and become buddies again.
Yes, and Tiana was even in as well, because they
perform at the showcase at the end of the mid-season. So hopefully that storyline. But I'm sure it won't. There'll be more. We didn't really talk much about Jamal and Kai, who they're in a strong relationship. It's very healthy until Jamal has to move back home, or move back to New York. And then that's when Kai starts getting involved with the Lucius family drama.
Kai's up, and you find out he has AIDS, or he's HIV positive.
I'm thinking of
South Park?
No. Curb Your Enthusiasm with the Hodgkins. He has good AIDS.
Oh, yeah. Or that you say It's Always Sunny. AIDS blood.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, AIDS is not funny, but
it can be depending on the context. So they're in a good relationship, but then it gets strained because Jamal he's not keeping things from him, but at Lucius's behest, Kai starts investigating some things at Empire and stumbles across that Lucius was hiding information about his artists, like bad stuff, like abuse scandals and drug stuff, and stuff that probably happens in the real music world all the time that labels hide. But, and Kai, being the Boy Scout journalist, will report it. And Jamal's like, no, you gotta bury that. You gotta bury it. You can't talk about that. And Kai's like, are you a crazy person? So he agrees, like, I'll sit out for now, but this isn't going away. Which, of course, strains their relationship.
Yeah, it basically covers it.
Although, yeah, I thought there was something else wrong
They
with
did propose.
at the same time.
Yeah,
Sort of.
and Kai did not want their relationship announced because he wanted to be taken as a serious journalist, and he thought if everyone found out he was engaged to a pop star, he wouldn't get work anymore,
Which kind of did happen.
And that's why he's very into, like, we have to uncover the truth, and take your family down, and Jamal's like, you take my family down, and, well, this is my job, and well...
Which he didn't intend on taking the family down. It started with some stuff that Kingsley apparently was selling user data.
They had Becky implant the USB to get the data, which they blamed Becky for it, but they actually didn't know that she was actually the one who...
Right. Like, Thirsty says, no, Becky knows how to cover herself. So I guess they can always go back and say he did know. I don't know, but they're definitely having her take the fall for it, which... I wonder why he's picking Becky, other than that she was a one-time ally of Lucius. So I'm sure there's more to that story.
Maybe because she'd be the one to have the most access or knowledge of...
I'm surprised he doesn't blame Giselle, but maybe Giselle's too powerful to get rid of.
I thought, were they trying to be like co-CEOs or...
Oh yeah, he did propose that to her.
Yeah, because she was like gonna blackmail.
Yeah, it was something like that, yeah. I don't know, maybe this would be this year's Becky's story that starts and then just disappears, like her pregnancy storyline from last year.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed that I guess she did go through, like, is she with a guy,
Yeah, that petered out. I was slightly disappointed.
She has this, I get that he wanted to be and she did. She got in, but, like, it was never really talked about, like, again.
Yeah.
And, like, the guy's like, nowhere, like...
Yeah.
He went with her, at least I'm assuming.
Who knows? I wonder if it's one of those plot lines are like, where are we going to go with this? And then dropped it in favor of something else. They dropped it in favor of Pound Cake's kid, which popped up again this year and the stupid storyline.
I was kind of like, okay, another plot here. Like her, I would in the podcast because I kind of forgot about her. Because it was pointless.
Maybe there's more to happen later on in the season with that character, but I don't know where they're going with it. I don't see what the...
It was a subplot that could...
it was a good subplot for that one episode because it caused Cookie to be vulnerable, which then later set up the whole thing with her family. But then...
That is true.
But then, and for like a one-off, fine. But then they bring... Her name's Mia, right? Mia or Maya?
I think Maya?
She's not.
Really?
Oh, wait. Maya. I'm looking
Yeah,
at...
Maya.
She's listed as main cast on the back more. But yeah, they brought her back as to live with Cookie, and I guess she's going to be Cookie's assistant.
And yeah, because she was like coordinating the dance for the...
Yeah, whatever. Just she knows how... Well, she did have a background in dance.
Oh, I want to talk about a plot.
Okay.
When Lucius sold the...
Oh, yeah. There's going to be more story to this.
Yes, because it's like, okay, well, they opened this can of worms, and now they're not going anywhere with it. Where he, sold the painting to get money into the poker game so he could get a hold of Carlito because his manager had a gambling problem and he didn't have any money, so he gambled Carlito, which
This
Lucius...
This is when they were trying to get more talent and they didn't have a lot of money to do so.
Yeah, and so Lucius staged a robbery, so Lucius was able to escape, and he helped another guy escape.
I don't know what the guy's... I'm not seeing a name on here.
Alright, let's just call him Poker Player.
Poker Player, yeah.
Because...
Was it Damon Cross? About right?
That could be. Images?
Flashback. We see her first encounter. Yeah, that's him. Damon Cross. Yep.
So he helps Damon Cross escape. No one actually got hurt in the robbery because it was just staged.
It was a stage because Lucius wanted to steal the money.
Which he got like $4 or $5 million, I think they said. Which I still wonder if Cookie knows, because Cookie didn't know that the painting got sold so that Lucius could go to this poker game.
Right. Oh, she knows, because at the end of the last episode, or one of the last episodes, when Lucius learned about the apartment that she has,
She had a condo.
or the condo, Lucius was like, what? He got pissed, and he took like a knife and slashed the fake painting.
Right, well, that's when she found out, though.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't know that he had sold the painting, which I don't think she knew about the robbery because Lucius, like, you've been holding out on me when he found out that she had a condo because she wanted to have it in case of emergency.
Right.
Income.
My guess is it's one of those, she knows Lucius did something, she's not going to ask.
But again, I don't know if she knew how much money he got.
You know, you raise a very excellent, because from that poker game and a few other things throughout the season, they've gotten like a huge influx of money all at once. But then by next episode, it's like, we don't have any money.
Right. So that's why she's like, okay, Lucius, I believe in you. And she sells the condo, which was like $1 or $2 million or something. It was like a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot. It must have been upscale condo.
Yeah.
So their money issues are very vague, and we don't know how much they're telling one another or what.
But let's go back to Damien before we get too far off. Of course, we find out that Damien is the one who bought the painting Lucius sold, which Lucius only sold the painting.
He sold it to an art collector guy he knows.
Who thought he was going to put it on hold, but someone had offered him too much money for him to not sell it, so he did. And Lucius had a replica made of the painting.
Until he can find who actually bought it.
And we later on discover that Damien runs into Cookie, and it's almost like he's trying to flirt with her.
This is a flashback.
This was a flashback, which we find out earlier on, Lucius was at the funeral and Thirsty shows him pictures, and she's like, oh, looks like Cookie is, pretty.
It was a cop that came, because the cop's like, we need to talk to you. And Thirsty's like, no, my client's grieving. It's like, well, we need to show him these pictures.
And that's when we find out Cookie was with Damon, and the photos, it looks like they know each other, but then when they actually go back and you see all the scenes, this is the first time Cookie's met Damien.
Yeah. And we don't know if she's met him since then, but he hasn't been in this first season, the first half, very much, like 2 or 3 appearances. So I'm curious to see where that's going. I'm sure that'll be a big reveal as this goes on. Maybe he's really Jeff Kingsley's father. So let's talk about probably the biggest thing that we were chatting about is there's a subplot in this season where Cookie's sisters are helping with the new company, and the one sister, played by Vivia A. Fox, Candace, she has all these marks on her arms, and we're led to believe that her, not ex-husband, but I guess they're separated.
I think they're going through a divorce, because she's like, this is what divorce looks like.
That this guy is like beating her or hitting her, and there's another implication that Candace's son was scared when the dad came by to get something, and which is odd because I remember in the earlier seasons, Candace's husband was always depicted as like kind of like a weenie kind of guy, like a nerdy white guy. At least that's how I always remember him. But it was weird, like, oh, he beats his wife now? That's so weird. But there's a twist. What's the twist?
We find out that it's actually their son that's beating her, and Cookie and
the other sister.
Carol, they go to Candace's house to make sure she's okay, and that's when they see the son being up on his mom, and so they fear for her life, their lives. They call the cops, and Candace actually gets mad at Cookie, saying, you just destroyed my family, and it's like, he was going to kill you.
Right.
Obviously, he has some mental problems going on and needs to figure out his medication, but, what was she supposed to do?
I'm glad you brought that up, because it's not like he's just violent for violence sakes. He has medical issues.
It was definitely a medical issue, because I think she even said that, like, his meds aren't right or something. Or
yeah, this just happens when he forgets to take his meds or something like that. Yeah, but she's mad because he's in a hospital now, like a mental hospital or something, while they evaluate him. And the thing is, and we talked about this, Kiwi, that there are really people out there that will beat their kids, will do awful things, whether it's medically induced or not, and they will still say, like, oh, it's fine, be mad that you try to intervene with.
Oh yeah, especially like with elderly abuse, it's usually a family member and they don't want to
Yeah.
report it. His family. But oh man, I mean, I get why she's upset that they called the cops, but like he was going to kill you. Like he
Right.
was like viciously beating her.
Right. I mean, it's kind of like Carol's always been walking around acting like that's her.
Carol?
I'm sorry, not
No.
Carol. Candace.
Candace.
Sorry, because that's
I'm like, Carol's like a flake. Like
yeah. Carol is hilarious. Yeah, Candace. That's Candace's thing. Like she kind of walks around like hoity-toity. I'm so great. And
this is the most I think we've ever seen in a season.
yeah, because she pops up here and there, but yeah, this is the longest.
Usually it's Carol that you see the.
Maybe Vivica A. Fox's schedule is a little bit more open, but yeah. So and so she acts like she's so great, and she likes to give the illusion of things are great, and now he came in to really put a dent into that, even though it's probably best for the kid and her. She doesn't like that. I know people like that. I'm sure you know people like that too. We've covered a lot. What is there anything else we need to talk about? Like there's a lot of stuff that happens.
I think we hit the highlights. Andre, we talked about him, how he was in jail and he got Quincy out of jail, which Andre like apparently is like a gangster in jail because he had one of the inmates killed harassing Quincy, the kid.
Yeah.
And I think Andre had one of the inmates confess to the crime to free Quincy.
That's definitely implied.
So we'll have to see what happens with Andre's plot. And now he's like...
Yeah, like Andre's like, he doesn't want to date the mom. I mean, he does, but he's like, anytime he gets into a relationship, it goes bad, and he didn't want to bring that into this family because they're pure and innocent. And I forgot who said it to him. You deserve happiness too. So looking like he's...
I was mad at Andre.
Yeah.
However, Anika was the one who killed Caitlin.
And the baby.
So,
and...
I don't want to say like an eye for an eye, but like you can't just put the finger at Andre when Anika was just as guilty.
And also, Anika tried to steal Bella from Akeem, and then with the Du Bois, and then...
Yes!
And then... Akeem finally got her back, and it was kind of like, you're not going to be a mother to her, or she had like nothing to do with Bella after that point.
Yeah, about the boys.
Yeah, yeah. That's somewhere, I don't know if that's going in.
Yeah, because they bring back...
Claire Huxtable comes back.
Claire Huxtable, which I love her in this role, because she's not playing the...
Oh, it's such a role reversal.
But she does a great job playing her though.
I'm sure she's loving playing a villain like that, just chewing the scenery and everything, because everyone knows her as perfect mom Claire Huxtable, and here she gets to be like a royal bitch.
Yeah, because Kingsley visits her in jail, and he's like, I need to take down the Lions, and like he gives her like some expensive cream or something.
And Giselle goes and visits her too.
Yeah. Because Giselle figured out that Kingsley was visiting someone. Yeah, we don't... Like, there were so many, like, subplots. I was like, do you really need another subplot show right now? Maybe
it'll pay off in the last half of the season, but yeah, there's a lot of things going on.
Like the Maya, like, bringing her back.
Yeah, that was... I'm gonna believe that'll come back into play later on in the season, but... As of right now, it's kind of like, did we need to bring you back? I think we did. And what was really weird about the Maya subplot is that when we last saw Maya, it's when Pound Cake died, and she went to go visit her, and they cried and all that. And then that was it. And now we learned that Cookie has been kind of like a surrogate mother for her, or probably more like a surrogate aunt for her for the last 2 years.
Is that...
Well, I mean, it said it was 2 years after the finale of that. So... It was weird how they said, like, that they've been in regular contact, even though there's no indication that they were. Because even, like, the stepmother contacted Cookie, saying, like, Cookie, I'm trying to... Maya, she's in a bad situation, you get her, or something.
Right, yes, she did. She was dating, like, a guy, which she was going to leave, and then she's like, no, everything's fine, and then she eventually left, and Cookie's like, well, I figured you're going to have...
Yeah, do chores and work for... Yeah. So we got a lot of stuff looking forward to at the back half of the season.
So, hopefully we find out, well, more about the Lucius relationship. You know, are they going to be best friends?
The way this show goes, they probably will become best friends. I bet... Here's my prediction. Kingsley's the one in the grave, or one in the coffin, and it's going to reveal that they find common ground and become, good family because there's some other villain that tries to... Because how many times did it happen? It happens with Lucius's long-lost stepbrother. Happened with Andre. Shine, although they they went back again against Shine. So like this happens continuously on the show. Like you have people who are your enemies, and then on Term of Dying. I think we should wrap this up because it looks like you're about to fall asleep. Yeah, I think you're right. So are we going to, let's see, when does Empire come back? Empire 5. So they haven't released the time when it's going to come back. But it said that season 4 resumed in March. So presumably Empire will do something. So
if you haven't watched season 5 and you listen to this podcast, you're probably thoroughly confused. So do yourself a favor, go back, watch season 5, and then
yeah, you can come back and check us out.
We'll have to do like a recap of like season 5.
Oh yeah, at the end of the season, because like Empire has only 18 episodes per season.
But they're an hour long though.
Oh yeah, but I mean they're compared to most seasons which are in the 20s, they have shorter seasons, probably because of all the music and things. But so it's only 9 episodes long that the back half of the season will be. So when we come back, we'll pick up where we left off, and maybe sometime in May we'll do a recap of the back half of the season. Hopefully we'll be able to do a recap of the back half of the season there. I think that's all I got. What about you?
I think that's good. Well,
I guess we'll wrap up this episode here. Thanks for listening to our special Christmas episode of talking about Empire by 2 white people. So probably the worst people to talk about this show. But for the All New Culture Cast, I'm Nick.
I'm Kiwi.
And maybe we'll see you next week. Talk to you later? Yeah, I'll talk to you later. I don't know. I guess I'm on the phone.
Bye.
You've been listening to the all-new Culture Cast. Check out our blog at znculturecast.wordpress.com. Send us an email at nick.culturecast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your feedback, comments, and requests. Follow us on social media. Theme music by bensound.com. The all-new Culture Cast, a saltwater production. Original material copyright 2018. Thanks for listening.